Good afternoon. Welcome again to day 4 of our Anytime Fitness at Home workouts. Just want to remind everybody to subscribe, share these videos to your family, share them with anybody that you know who's on lockdown, who's not able to go to the gym. We just want to get this information out there and help as many people as we can. So please subscribe, send these videos to whoever you know that they think they could benefit. I just want to say, awesome job so far. Day 4, it's hard to make it in the gym 4 times a week, let alone working out inside your home. It gets a little bit tough, gets a little bit complicated, but I just want to say kudos to you for keeping strong. So, without further ado, we're going to move right on to it. So, in week 1, day 4, today is going to be tough. It's going to be tougher than our previous days because we're going to be doing a lot of tempo exercises. And you'll see what that means right when we get to the workout. So first, 2 rounds for our warm-up, 2 rounds of runner stretch and walking hamstring stretch. So our runner stretch, my good trusty assistant Blaine, he's going to demonstrate what our runner stretch is going to be. So he's going to be almost in a lunging position. So he's going to get down here. And what we're looking for in that runner stretch is that back leg extended out, this front leg almost in a lunge, and he's going to drop whatever arm or elbow is closest to his foot that's down. He's going to drop that to his foot. And where he wants to feel this is he's going to feel a little bit of a stretch on his right groin or whatever foot is in front of you. And then he's also going to feel maybe a little bit of stretch in that left hip, right? Again, getting that psoas, those hip flexors, and then on the inside of the groin. So once he's done one side, he's going to go to the other side, bringing his elbow down to his foot, and then he's just going to alternate back to the other side. Just go ahead, give me a few more, Blaine. And so he's just rotating from one side to the other side, going back and forth. You're going to do a total of 10 alternating of this runner stretch, feeling it in the groin and those hip flexors and psoas. That's good. Thank you, Blaine. Then we're going to go right into our walking hamstring stretch. Now with this walking hamstring stretch, you're going to put one foot out in front of yourself. You're going to flex that toe towards you. Now flexing that toe towards you is important because what we want to do is we want to stretch out this hamstring in the back of the leg. That's that muscle group in the back of the leg we want to stretch. If he just has this flat, he's not going to feel that activation of that stretch as much. But if he flexes his toes towards him and then go ahead, reach down to the opposite side of your foot, he's going to feel a stretch in the back of those hamstrings. And then go ahead and stand up. And now we're going to go ahead and switch to the other foot. Just like that. And go ahead, keep alternating. So, while he's doing that, feeling it in the backs of our legs, he's going to go ahead and do a total of 10 alternating hamstring stretches. And we're going to do 2 rounds of that. So we got our runner stretch, 10 on each side, or alternating. Walking hamstring stretch, 10 alternating for 2 rounds. That's our warm-up. Again, getting our legs nice and stretched, mobile for our workout. Now, for this workout, we're going to be doing 4 rounds of tempo squats. So again, we did squats on Monday, but a different type of squat. It's okay to do it's okay to do the same exercise in 1 week, just as long as you get a different stimulus or you do it a different way. So Monday we did double tap squats, which is different than tempo squats. So Blaine is going to go ahead and demonstrate tempo squats. So when I say tempo squats, the reason we call it tempo squats is because we're actually going to be doing these under time, under tension. So for our squat, we're going to have our setup, just outside the shoulders or shoulder width apart, whatever's comfortable to you. And then he's going to go 3 seconds on the way down. So tempo squat, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And hold for 1, 2. And then fast up, just like that. So come back down again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Keep going, just like that, keeping that tempo. Thank you, Blaine. So you notice I'm counting a full 3 seconds. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That's a true second. We want a true 3 seconds on the way down, a true 2 second pause on the bottom, and fast up. Those are our tempo squats. We're going to do 10 of those, 10 tempo squats. Once we're done with those 10 tempo squats, we're going to roll right into tempo push-ups. So, with these push-ups, we're going to get up in a normal push-up position. Feet are spread apart. I don't like having them together. Let's have them spread apart. Shoulders or hands right underneath your shoulders, shoulder width apart. And we're going to go 3 seconds down. 1, 2, 3. 2 second hold. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 back up. Keep doing those, Blaine, for me. So it's a true 3 seconds down, a 2-second pause in the bottom, and a true 3 seconds back up. Just like that. Now, when you're coming down, you also want to think, you want to get as close as you can to the ground without touching it. So if you think I get my fist about underneath a fist's width or room underneath your chest, that's good enough. And so, if those are too difficult, say you can't do these regular push-ups on your feet, we can always just go to our knees. Remember, have most of your weight shifted forward so your upper body can withstand that strength. And just same tempo, same movement, same exercises. Just go into our knees, a little bit of a modification for us. Thanks, Blaine, that's good enough. All right, after we've done our tempo squats for 10, our tempo push-ups for 10, we're going to go to our tempo lunges for 10. So he's going to do 10 on one leg and then 10 on the other leg. And this is what these tempo lunges are going to look like. Now, real quick before he goes down, notice his foot is straight ahead. His back foot is straight ahead. If he does a lunge where this back foot is out towards the side, and go ahead, do a lunge for me. With that back leg out being on the side, not only is he losing balance, but he's putting excess pressure on his knee. So whenever you do it, you want to think, my hips are staying forward, my toes are staying forward, so my knees don't get excess pressure that we want to eliminate. We don't want to have any knee pressure, we don't want to have any knee pain when we do these lunges. So go ahead, give me another lunge position, Blaine. Okay, now we're going to count for 3 seconds down. 1, 2, 3. 2-second pause to where you're not touching the floor with that back leg, just stopping right above, almost like we did in the push-ups, and then back up fast. So here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good. Go ahead and give me 2 more on the other side. So now he's going to go ahead and switch sides. And while he's doing these, I'm going to show you what we're targeting. So again, we're targeting our glutes. Whatever foot is forward, we're going to use those glutes and that quadricep muscle. So our legs and our glutes, we're working on that front leg. In that back leg, we're using stabilizer muscles throughout this leg and this hip. And look at this angle of his hip. We're also getting muscular strength. We're getting stronger on that front leg, and we're also getting a stretch in our back leg. So if you feel a pull in that hip, that's okay. That's our psoas and hip flexors again, giving us a nice good stretch, which is something we could all use and benefit from. After we've done our tempo lunges, 10 on each side, then we're going to finish up with a plank. Normal, regular plank in a push-up position. So Blaine's going to go ahead and demonstrate. Think feet up. Now what you want to think is you want to think rotate these hips. Think squeeze your glutes, Blaine. There we go. I want to keep this back nice and tight, pushing up through this. I almost want to have a curve going this way instead of bowing in like this. So squeezing nice and tight. And don't worry so much about being flat like a pancake. You can have a little bit of a bridge on the way up. Go ahead, bring your hips down a little bit more, Blaine. There we go. Think squeezing this lower stomach, squeezing this lower abdomen to get this feeling in your midsection. That's our goal here for these planks. Now, what I don't want to see are these hips or these shoulders sagging really close and this back going down like that. You're going to have shoulder problems and lower back problems in the long run. Okay. That's good enough. Thank you, Blaine. Now, for these planks, I want you to at least hold for a minimum of 30 seconds in this plank. If 30 seconds is a little bit too strenuous or it's just enough, then stop there. But for some of us, 30 seconds isn't going to be enough. So I challenge you to do 60 seconds. So 30 seconds minimum, 60 seconds maximum of a plank. You can go ahead and do this with your phone, a stopwatch, anything you can find in your house to go ahead and measure time. So for the workout, we have those 4 rounds of tempo squats, tempo push-ups, tempo lunges, and a 30 or 60 second plank. Then you have your rest at 60 seconds after each round. Again, my gift to you. And don't forget, as soon as you're done with these exercises, you roll back into the next one. You shouldn't finish an exercise, rest for a minute, and then go into the next exercise. These should be done in chronological order right after one another, and then you rest 60 seconds. So after one round, you guys should be huffing and puffing a little bit and feeling some heart rate go up and good exertion. Once we're done with our warm-up and we've done our workout, then we're going to go to our cool down to what? minimize the risk of injury. That's right. You already sweating? Had to use the towel. Okay, so for our saddle eagle, this is a stretch where we can actually use a prop. You can go ahead and use a t-shirt, a towel if you want to. But this is how it should be done first. So Blaine's going to go ahead and demonstrate saddle eagle. He's going to bring, if he wants to focus on his left side, he's bringing his right hand under while this left hand is over his elbow, and he's latching on and reaching with his palms in his hands. And you're going to feel a stretch in this back shoulder area, right? Your posterior deltoid in between these shoulder blades, because it's pulling all that stuff apart and stretching out that area. Go ahead, switch to the other side, Blaine. And now, since his right shoulder or right arm is on top underneath the left arm, he's working the right posterior deltoid in between those rhomboids, in between those shoulder blades, stretching that whole shoulder girdle out. Now, for some of us, like myself, can't reach, we don't have the flexibility, this is where you're going to use your prop, your towel, your t-shirt, to go ahead and you're going to rotate, put that towel on that side like this, and with the hand that's under, you're going to reach as high up as you can and pull. And this is just a good alternative if you don't have the flexibility to hang on or to touch your hands like I do myself. You can go ahead and go to the other side real quick, Blaine, so everyone else can see it. Remember, towel goes to the outside of the hand, just like here, outside of the hand, and then you reach with that other hand under. Sitting up nice and tall. Remember, we want to feel that stretch right inside our shoulder girdle. Excellent, Blaine. Thank you. Now, we're going to do something called saddle archer, which is where you're going to need a towel or a t-shirt. So let's go ahead. We're going to pick that towel back up. We're going to go to the right hand, Blaine, and we're going to go right behind our back, and he's going to reach for that towel with his opposite hand, and he's going to think pull down. Where you should feel this at, first place, is this anterior deltoid, the front of your shoulder right here. You should feel a little stretch because it's going behind you. And then while we're hanging on to that towel, you're going to feel a little bit of stretch in your lat. So it's going to be here and here that you're going to feel those two target areas. Blaine, you want to do me a favor and go ahead and turn around so they can see what it looks like behind? So see how he's just grabbing this towel at the top, pulling with this other hand down here. And also, too, if you want to switch up the stretch and feel it in a different spot, you can pull a little bit harder with this arm, and you're going to lose that stretch in the front, but you're going to gain a bigger lat stretch right here. So if you have your lats are sore from this week or anything else we did, go ahead. You can just pull with this bottom hand and stretch that lat out right there. Awesome. And for that, we're going to do 1 minute on each side. 1 minute each side. Our third stretch we're going to do is pigeon stretch. We have pigeon stretch again just like we did on day one because we did all these squats. When we do squats, they get our glutes, everything in the back end very, very tight. So we're going to do pigeon stretch to loosen up that IT band area and that glute. So as you can see, Blaine's at that 90-degree angle. He's going to rotate his hips. And just like that, he can sit up nice and tall like this. For an increased stretch, he can come down to his elbows. And I'm going to show you guys a new thing too. To get a double whammy, a double stretch, he can go ahead and reach with his arms all the way out like this. So not only are we stretching our IT bands, our glutes, but now since we're reaching over here, we're stretching out all these side muscle groups, our lats, everything on the side to get a double whammy, just like that. Good, thank you, Blaine. You're going to hold that for 2 minutes on each side. You can try any position you want to in that pigeon stretch, starting from the top, reaching forward, and then reaching over to get that double whammy stretch that we talked about. After our pigeon stretch, 2 minutes on each side, we're going to do our bound angle. This is the same thing as a butterfly stretch. So we're going to have Blaine sit on his two-pack or his glutes, and he's going to bring his feet just like this. Now his feet, he can go ahead and hang on to his ankles like that, pushing his elbow straight down, and you're going to feel this stretch right in your groin is where we want to feel it. Loosening up again those adductor muscle groups, stretching out those hips, and pushing forward, down, and being active. We're going to stay in this stretch for 2 minutes. So again, for our cool down, we have saddle eagle with a towel for 1 minute on each side. Saddle archer with a towel, 1 minute on each side. Pigeon stretch, 2 minutes on each side. And then finishing up with bound eagle for 2 minutes, just that one time. That's it, guys. That's day 4. I really appreciate you guys with your comments, your emails. We've already got a ton of subscribers and people checking us out. Please forward these more people. If you think they can benefit, please send them a link. If you guys have any questions, like always, my email is linked at the bottom of the description of the workout. Keep killing it. You guys are doing good. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you.